All right, we got Benjamin Fam versus Magnus Peterson. Two pretty solid players here. So we got Magnus going first. Double battle VIP pass. Magnus is playing Mew. I know Magnus has the Manaphy. I don't know if Magnus plays the Aerodactyl. And on Benjamin Fam's side, you got the Goodra deck. We saw Stefan playing Goodra earlier. We saw Stefan playing the Goodra earlier. And no battle VIP pass. So I'm curious to see if Benjamin is playing the battle VIP pass or not. The no battle VIP pass is kind of sick, actually. It makes me want to try that build instead of the current battle VIP pass build. Like Stefan is like 801 or something with Goodra, which is insane. Stefan is playing the one thing I don't like about Stefan's list, and it might be better than I'm giving it credit for. The one thing I'm not a huge fan of though is the Magnus is thinking about the Manaphy. Oh, sending it out. Okay, I thought we were gonna like take it. Yeah, the one thing I didn't like about Stefan's list was the Luminion, but maybe it's better than I give it credit for. All right, really good start here for Magnus. Even has the Mew VMAX and the energy in the hand, so if they could attack turn 1, they would just get it done. We'll see what Magnus has as far as I was gonna say. Oh, the Aerodactyl goes. I don't know if Magnus plays the Aerodactyl, but it's not gonna matter in this matchup. I didn't see it when they went through their deck though. I don't know how advanced of technology Magnus's deck has. I wouldn't have hated seeing Magnus hold that switch there, to be honest, because it does play around the Cram Punch that Benjamin could have here. So actually, I kind of liked it. I think Magnus should have just like held the switch and just passed. Like you have everything you need basically, but now the Cram could punch the UV, and that's actually just not good. I don't think for Benjamin that's happening though. That hand is awful. That's like what? Triple net, double boss, Goodra, escape rope. There's a boss and a Temple of Sinnoh and a pass. Okay, I think Magnus will probably get game here. And okay. Vacuum the... Okay, I think I got it. Okay. Vacuum the temple, retreat, tablet, done. All right, Magnus wins game 1. I believe Benjamin also has the Drapion, so... I don't know if that makes it a good matchup for Benjamin, but it makes it winnable, I think, for sure. I think without Drapion, you probably just lose, but with it, I think you have a shot for sure. Let's get into game 2. Goodra start. Benjamin going first. Unfortunately, a Goodra start here for Benjamin. Opens a Goodra. Here comes a quick ball. Has a Chorus and an escape rope, so can get a Comfy here. Does play the battle VIP passes. Grab a Comfy and go ahead and get yeah, start building up the Lost Zone here. I was gonna say get a battle VIP pass, but that's not what Comfy does. You would like it to. You would like your Comfy to get a battle VIP pass, but there we go. Comfy has the escape rope in hand, can get into it, start building up the Lost Zone, and in a fine spot so far off the start here. Not a super aggressive hand. Can't get out the Greninja, I believe, and then doesn't have access to a second Comfy or a way to get into a second Comfy. But it's a start. Has the Chorus on the next turn, so yeah, it's a start here from Benjamin. And I think, like I said, I think plays Drapion, so can get that set up as soon as next turn to be attacking with, for sure. Capture or Metal. I want to see the Capture get taken here, for sure. Can go Capture for probably another Comfy, and then retreat into that Comfy. Do another... Flower selecting. And once again, like I was talking about a couple rounds ago about just like the importance, like this is like a match where you just want to make sure there's like you want to play to win. You don't have to be a winner, but you want to make sure you're playing to win the game. Like for Benjamin here, you're trying to get to game 3, but you're also trying to have enough time in game 3 to win the game. Ordinary Rod or Marnie. Gets rid of the Marnie. I'm actually not too sure on that one, to be honest. And has second Goodra. And pass over to Magnus. Let's see what Magnus has for a turn. Got energy. And then it looks like has a Judge as well. Has a Choice Belt in hand. Doesn't attach to Choice Belts, but they do play for Sealstone. So if you draw into your... If you only draw into 4 Sealstone, I guess it's worth it to not attach the... It also looks like Magnus plays Parasol, but I don't think you're ever attaching Parasol. But I guess if you draw into 4 Sealstone, it makes it worth it. You'd rather have a Choice Belt on that Mew, but yeah, I guess if you're gonna draw into 4 Sealstone and that's it, you'd regret not leaving your tool slot open. So, all right, 4 for Fam, and yeah, okay, yeah, well worked out. 4 Sealstone for Magnus. And then the rest of the hand's kind of trash, though. Manaphy, Choice Belt, and Path to the Peak. Do you ever go for Ultra Ball? Well, you just can't draw cards this turn. Unless you bench... Unless you want to... You could attach the Choice Belt to a Genesect, I guess, and then draw 1 card. You could bench the Manaphy and draw 2 cards. Oh, oops, I didn't mean to skip ahead. So it gets a double Genesect. Yeah, so we'll see what... Magnus could also... No, you definitely want to draw some cards here. So Choice Belt to Genesect isn't the end of the world. I don't know if I'd bench the Manaphy, though. And you can't play the Path to the Peak, obviously, because then you can't play... Then you can't use Genesect, so... See what Magnus does. Does bench the Manaphy. And do we attach the Choice Belt? It's probably correct to attach the Choice Belt. Doesn't really matter where you put it that I can think of. Genesect for 2. I don't think I would have benched the Manaphy, though. I think the Manaphy is pretty punishing. Benching the Manaphy, I feel like, is pretty punishing. Gets another Genesect. Genesect for 2. Just got to remember that you have one of your Pokemon to play as a Manaphy or a Corio and double Turbo Energy. Not great. And you probably don't want to leave the Mew in the active this turn either as Magnus. So you probably have to retreat here to a Genesect. Or actually, no. Retreat to the Manaphy. I think it's probably fine to give up the prize card to open up your bench. Yeah, retreat to the Manaphy. All right, Manaphy's up. Okay, so Benjamin could actually... If Benjamin gets... Ooh, it's kind of close. Benjamin could go Drapion KO Mew. If they can find the Drapion. That is not a Drapion. Sinnoh or VSTAR. Question here for Fam. Goes with the VSTAR. Has an escape rope. But not a great start here for Benjamin, to be honest. Yeah, not great. You appreciate the 25 months there to Maidanator. Has a... What's that? A Water Energy and a Mirage. So, yeah, still not... This is not great for Fam. This is not great for Fam. Also, the Water. Makes sense. Has Mirage Gate, has Parasol. Gonna go ahead and Parasol a Goo. Has another... Oh, could have taken the Water Energy, though, and retreated into a Comfey, to be honest. I actually would have hated to have seen that from Fam. Just passed. Does not evolve to the VSTAR, interestingly enough. Okay. Chooses to not evolve to the VSTAR. For Magnus, still a pretty rough hand. Does have Boss and Energy. So can play Boss, bring up a Goodra. I think you have to, yeah. You're not trying to draw a 0 card. So boss up a Goodra. Brings up the one with the Parasol. Which I think is actually a mistake here from Magnus. Because, well, actually... No, I guess it actually doesn't matter. It won't matter too much, I don't think. The one thing that could happen is, like, Magnus KOs this Goodra, and then Fam plays a Vacuum and vacuums away the Choice Belt. And then if Magnus draws into a Vacuum later in the game, there's no target for the Vacuum. And can't use the Vacuum, would be something that could come up. But also, I guess it stops you from using Oricorio if the Parasol's in play. But I don't know which one of those is more like... It's more likely that you probably want to use the Vacuum to clear out your hand than not. All right, switching to Mew and Genesect number 2 for 1. Or could bench the Oricorio and draw 2. But then you only have... This feels really bad. Especially because Benjamin does play... Drapion, so... Alright, there is a tablet. So can get the KO this turn if they can find the VMAX. But if you just get Drapion next turn as Magnus, you just, like, lose the game, probably. But Magnus might not know that there's a Drapion on the list, but... you should know, like, it's one of those things where you should be like, you should play as if the Goodra, like, if you just keep up with the meta, Goodra is a fringe deck, but almost every Goodra player plays the Drapion, so you should play around Drapion here as Magnus, and probably not put the Oricorio down and hope to draw and just get a little bit luckier. I don't think it's like too hard for Benjamin to potentially get the Drapion here. We'll see. Can definitely set up a Goodra. And here comes Greninja. Has a boss in hand. That's not going to change anything. We're looking for the Drape. Greninja use coming up next. Goodbye Metal. +2. No Drapion yet. Can't use the Raihan because we already used the Colress. Otherwise, that could have got it. Here comes Comfey. Net. We can keep digging. Now we can play the Mirage Gate. Thin out the deck a little bit more. Net reset a Comfey. Still digging for the capture energy. Or the Drapion itself, I guess. Wouldn't be bad to draw into the Drapion. And it was the next card. It was in the top 2. So if Benjamin had just gone, use Comfey. Net use Comfey. Actually, Benjamin would have got there. Has Path in hand and didn't play it. Well, the Path is a little bit more reasonable not to play because Magnus literally can't. If Magnus paths themselves, they don't have an out to path in their hand either. So they would literally just probably draw a pass on the next turn. So I don't know about playing the Path, to be honest. All right, here we go. Comfey again. And another whiff. So no hit this turn from Benjamin with the Drapion. And actually can't even hit with the Goodra. Can evolve it, though. I don't know if Benjamin should actually bench another Goodra V, though. I feel like you well, maybe you should bench Goodra V, because there's only one Mew in play for Magnus. So unless Magnus plays a Scoop Up Net, which they could, Magnus could play a Scoop Up Net, or like a Volo or something, and make room for another Mew V. It's possible that, it's possible for Magnus to like not just lose to Drapion next turn. We'll see. And pass over to Magnus. All right. So for Magnus to pull off, Magnus this turn now wants to go chase down that Goodra V for sure, but still like has no. I don't know. This is still like kind of awkward for Magnus. If Magnus has like an Echoing Horn for the following turn, I guess he'd be in an okay spot. Does have an Ultra Ball, so can clear out the hand a little bit. And think about getting rid of double Mew V. I mean, you want one of those at some point, I feel like. But there might be the 4th one in the deck still. Also has probably will play the double turbo as well. Yeah, not having 2 Mew in play is so bad. Is so bad. Not having 2 Mew in play and having Manaphy, I guess, as well. You're drawing that many less cards. This is bad. We'll see if they can pull together the KO on the Goodra, though. They need a lot. They need to get to the bench. They need to get to the active. They need a power tablet, and they need a gust effect. They don't play Cross Switcher, I believe, so they would need a Boss or a Serena. So they can't, like, Marnie or Judge into the play either. I'd probably attach the double turbo, to be honest. Genesect for 1. Mew. Well, now you have to attach the double turbo if you want to do anything. Mew could Silene. What would you Silene for? Would you put a switch on top just to draw a prize card? You like need Benjamin to KO something that's like not Mew here. I feel like you always lose. Like, what do you even grab here? Do you put Ultra Ball on top? And then thin out the hand and then draw again? Maybe that's the only way to win, though, here as Magnus, is to actually KO a 2-prizer and then KO a 2-prizer. And then as long as Benjamin won't whiff the Drapion next turn, though. Benjamin won't whiff the Drapion next turn, though, because they have Raihan. So they're guaranteed to find the Drapion next turn. So then Magnus probably just loses to the Drapion. All right, 1 Genesect left, but Magnus needs to find Switch Card, Boss, Tablet off of a Genesect for 3, I think. So Lisa literally needs to draw the perfect 3 cards off of a Genesect for 3. Let's see if they can do it. It's possible. They could attach the double turbo, actually, which I think they should have done initially anyway. So I think they already misplayed by not attaching the double turbo initially. All right, here we go. Genesect for 4. There's the Switch Card. There's a Judge, so they can take a knockout, but I think at this point, if I was Magnus, I would maybe just retreat to Manaphy and pass. I don't know. Do you just lose with that scenario as well, though? I feel like you're just always losing. Oh no, we already played a supporter. We already played Silene, so we can't judge. I was about to say, I think we can judge, but we can't judge. We already played Silene this turn. So it is probably going to be retreat to Manaphy and pass. But that does mean Benjamin actually can't play the Raihan. And if Benjamin can't play the Raihan, then probably can't chase the Mew VMAX. Oh, but gonna go for the... So Magnus is gonna go for the KO here. Okay. I guess even if once the Drapion happens from Benjamin next turn, like Magnus could still bench a Mew V and like force Benjamin to have the boss, to be honest. That'd be like fine. Force Benjamin to have the boss. It's one prize knockout. Drapion will respond. Think about Lost City. But you definitely want to keep that around as a counter to Temple of Sinnoh. Especially with 3 TTEs down, you need an answer to Temple of Sinnoh. All right, Comfy up. And let's see what Benjamin gets. Yeah, Benjamin's game plan here is just going to be knock out Mew and then try and gust KO Mews as they hit the bench from there on. Actually, if Benjamin just has a boss on the following turn, I think Benjamin might just win. So Greninja first. 2 Chorus and Temple of Sinnoh. But you want to know if you want to use Raihan here or... Now you probably just go with the Raihan play from Benjamin to just guarantee... You just want to guarantee the KO here. So Raihan here, puts a water there, grab the Drapion. You could have Raihan to the Goodra and maybe grabbed a capture energy. Maybe you should grab a capture energy here no matter what as Benjamin. And capture to the Comfy. That way you can still you have another out to retreat it later. Okay, but there's the Drapion. Finally makes its way into play. Magnus sees it now finally for the first time. And the Drapion gonna knock out the Mew. And yeah, Benjamin seems like they're going to be in a pretty commanding spot. This does open up Magnus's Roxanne, but Magnus can't win the game once they establish another Mew again. So all Benjamin has to do is kind of like lock. Actually, this could get a little bit interesting. There's a judge. Benjamin's going to hope to find a boss off of this judge. And if Benjamin finds a boss, you just chase the Mew again. And then, unless Magnus has a path to follow that up with like a Roxanne, then you probably just win the game. So, we'll see what the fam draws. Is there a boss? That's all we're wondering. Also, I guess Magnus could have a path. We've seen one path hit the discard pile from Magnus. There's a Big Charm. I don't think Big Charm ever matters, though, here for Magnus. You could put it on like a Genesect and leave it in the active against a Goodra at some point. The heads on the Cram. Collapse Stadium. Okay, Collapse is actually... Okay, that could do some work. That can get rid of that Manaphy finally. And then maybe you can open up your bench after that. But it's thinking about the path to stop the Drapion. But do they have a way to bump it? Like I said, maybe have to draw into a way to bump the path on the following turn. So I do like this path grab here from Magnus. Quick ball with the Genesect. Fail, shuffle up, and then hold the path, do some drawing with Genesect, and then put that path in play at the end of the turn, making things awkward for Benjamin once again. And then you do have those two prize Pokemon in play. Oh, no, wait. Magnus has 3 prize cards left. So you need to kill one of the 2 prize Pokemon and then go after one of the 1 prize Pokemon to close out the game. So yeah, I think I like the path grab here. If you don't grab path, it feels pretty like you're in a pretty rough spot, to be honest. So we'll see. Broke Mew, quick ball. Rotom Phone, see if you can find an out to path to put on top. Lost City, Vacuum is right there though, so you probably just throw the Vacuum on top. Benjamin's already down through 2 Marnie, so I don't know if you play around Marnie anymore as Magnus. So you could just draw into the Vacuum, to be honest. I don't even think you need to like leave it on top. I'd probably draw it and then play the path. And then that way you could see +1 card of the next top deck. Magnus plays well, but this list is an abomination. You don't like the Manaphy, bro? Yeah, draws it. I like that. Just draw the card. I think that's fine here. Sometimes you just want to leave it on top of the deck, but sometimes you want to draw it. And here comes the path. All right. Path and pass. There we go. Let's see what Benjamin has. Has the boss, but doesn't have the Temple of Sinnoh. Okay, escape rope first. Just going to push up the Manaphy. Benjamin sends up the Goodra. Oh, wait, but we can go boss KO them. Oh, okay, boss KO Mew with Goodra works as well, though. This doesn't guarantee the win for Benjamin. Oh, okay, actually. No, wait, actually, that might have been Magnus's fourth Mew. Maybe that does guarantee the win, actually, to be honest. All right, they got 21 minutes left. I'm actually curious how this game ends up in a tie, because I know they end up tying at the end of this. But how does this end up in a tie? Let's find out. All right, so opening hand from Benjamin is okay. Got the Greninja and the Comfy. Opening hand from Magnus looks like it has to be a Battle VIP pass off of the tablet. A Mew and a Genesect, and I don't think it's going to be too much past that for Magnus here. That was the last Mew? Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, Drapion is prize for Benjamin here. But Benny is that one prize card? Well, no, because the Genesect would live a hit from Goodra because you have Oricorio in the play. So if you had a Mew left, you could have benched Mew, sent up Genesect, Goodra smacks it, and then you go retreat, Mew KO Drapion into Gust KO. What's it called? I don't even know if the Magnus had the resources left to pull that play off, though, to be honest. Yeah, I don't even know if Magnus had the resources left for that. It's possible. All right, so Benjamin's got the Drapion prize, which is a pretty big deal because you kind of want to attack turn 1 with Drapion here. It looks like... Oh, there's a quick ball. That's pretty good for Magnus. And Magnus could play the Vacuum on the Forest Seal Stone and actually draw some cards this turn, and then get the quick ball and actually use the quick ball as well. So Magnus can actually play through this turn a little bit more. Definitely can draw some more cards this turn, which you do want to do because you want to set up for like a turn 2 Gust on a Goodra. The one thing I guess here is you don't want to leave your Mew in the active because it getting punched by Cram isn't great. Also, your Mew getting... I mean, you could get knocked out by Drapion as well. Well, you could get a second Mew, so that wouldn't be as bad, though. So if you get a second Mew, that's fine. But I don't think you want the... Even getting punched by Cram is, like, pretty bad, to be honest. So it would be nice to leave Genesect in the active here, I feel like, overall. Or Oricorio, I guess, would be fine as well. Okay, draw 1 from Genesect. It is the quick ball. We knew that was coming. Gonna have to quick ball away the Silene. Definitely can't afford to quick ball away another Mew. Grab the Genesect. I'm going to be able to draw some more. There we go. Still need to get another Mew. Yeah, even if Cram punch your Mew, that's not very good. But yeah, you just losing to Drapion would also be bad. So maybe, well, no, but also retreating to Genesect is also really bad here. I think Magnus maybe should have got second Mew here instead. I think Magnus should have actually got a second Mew here instead of the Genesect. Also, like, actually getting rid of a Mew VMAX there, like Magnus did, the way that hand worked out, I think you kind of had to, but it's not great because... it's not great because... No great draw off the Rotom Phone. It's not great because the Magnus prize and Mew VMAX, and it's in the last two prize cards. So that's not good for Magnus at all. So can probably only set up one Mew VMAX this game. And that draw is actually pretty awkward off of the... Yeah, that's a pretty awkward draw off of the Rotom Phone. There's nothing really of great value. You're probably hoping for a... You're definitely hoping for a Battle VIP pass there to go get Oricorio and a second Mew, and then probably retreat to Oricorio and pass. But now it almost feels like you have to retreat to Genesect now, because otherwise you could now... Benjamin's Drapion is prized, but Magnus doesn't know that. And Magnus also knows that they play the Drapion, so... But even Cram punching your lone Mew is pretty bad. Because then Benjamin could go Cram into Goodra. But I guess you could bench Oricorio next turn, and that would stop that play. Last draw. Gonna use the cram though on that. And tails. There's the pass. So hoping Benjamin, I guess, just doesn't have the Drapion, which Benjamin doesn't. Benjamin doesn't have the Drapion. So unfortunate for Benjamin. Well, they can't get it out of the current hand, but even if they draw a way to get it, they can't get it. So they have three Mirage Gates in the hand. Oh, I took the boss over the Comfy there. That's interesting. Wait, what? Boss over Comfy there. Is that happening? I think Benjamin whiffed either way. I think Magnus just realized his mistake there. And that's why he was like, oh, what the heck am I doing? There's the quick ball, but the Drapion is prize. So Magnus, unfortunately, doesn't get punished here for leaving Mew in the active or getting a second Mew. You hate to see the never punished here. You hate to see it. You hate to see the never punished. So now Benjamin has to settle for another Comfy, I guess. Wait, did he lost on the Comfy off of a Greninja draw? Oh, did he? Yeah, it's probably just a mistake. He was in the flower selecting, what's it called? In the flower selecting zone. Oh, is that what he did with the Greninja? Oh, so he has another Comfy to utilize, though. So he just gets the Comfy to his hand, right? That's like not a big deal. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Is it a big deal? They cut to the casters. I don't think it's a big deal. Okay, we're chilling. Attach retreat. Comfy happens again. And hoping at least for a Battle VIP pass now. Got a Temple of Sinnoh. And a Capture Energy. Has the Goodra. I don't know if you want to bench a Goodra, a lone Goodra, though. You might just... Are you benching a lone Goodra? I don't like the lone Goodra bench here as Benjamin, but they're going with it. And there's the pass. Had the boss. Could have played the boss to bring up a Genesect, to be honest. And I think that actually might be a misplay here. That might be a misplay from Benjamin to not play the boss. Because they didn't play a supporter. You may as well bring up a Genesect and make things more difficult. All right. Mew VMAX and the tablet already out. And here comes the Genesect draw for 5. Got an Ultra Ball. Got an Oricorio. Got an Escape Rope. Got some good options here for Magnus. Should probably be able to put together the knockout on the Goodra, I would imagine. We'll see, though. Ultra Ball going to get rid of the Path to the Peak and the Switch card. Going to go grab themselves not another Mew VMAX, because the last Mew VMAX is prized. And that should tell that to Benjamin Fam as well. That the last Mew VMAX is prized. Because you pretty much always grab the Mew VMAX there and go ahead and evolve it. Because the chance that you want it in play is super high. And the chance that you get punished for putting it in play and losing access to Psychic Leap is super low. So... that basically tells Benjamin that the other Mew VMAX is priced here. But we'll see. He just put Mew V down. Oh, true. He can't evolve the Mew V. For some reason, I thought he could. I'm too tired. Yeah, don't listen to me. All right, Lost City goes down. Genesect 2 for 6. Looking for a Gust Effect and a Double Turbo. Found the Double Turbo. No Gust Effect yet, but can keep digging. Has the Choice Belt. And a Quick Ball away. The Genesect, I like that. Keep the Battle VIP pass around in case you draw into a Cram-O-Matic. It's a good target for Cram. I'm tired too. All right, here we go. Genesect number 3 for 4. Looking for Boss or Serena. And there's the Cram. Cram on the Battle VIP pass. Tails. Okay, that is a whiff. It is a whiff. I do wonder, like, I do still wonder, though, on Benjamin's side, if Benjamin should have gone... Yeah, I don't even know if you want to judge here as Magnus, to be honest. Like Benjamin didn't have a Culver's last turn. You're only giving him down 1 less card. You're giving him 1 less card, but you're giving him 4, but most likely 4 new cards. Like, Benjamin is seeing, like, 7 new cards here, probably, or something. Maybe 4.5 new cards. Or 3.5 new cards. Benjamin is seeing 3.5 new cards here. Because you're always seeing a new card off the top deck. So I don't know if I like the judge there from Magnus at all. Like, I don't think I would judge there. And one thing Benjamin could have done, Benjamin could have not benched the Goodra V and then next turn gone bench Goodra V plus capture, get out 2 Goodra Vs, which I think would have been reasonable. But did get, I don't want to say lucked out, but got away with it here. The Goodra V is not going down. There's a path in the hand there for Magnus, as well as a collapsed stadium. If they utilize either of them. Any second time. There's no reason to play the Ultra Ball yet, I don't think. Just wanted to confirm that whether or not they played a tablet. And I think Magnus did play a tablet, so they want to be able to use Psychic Leap, so they don't need a switch card next turn. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they did play a tablet. And here comes a Psychic Leap knockout then. And don't shuffle back to the deck, of course. All right, let's see if Fam can put together a hit. Fam needs to try and draw a prize card. I mean, he should get to that Drapion. So there's actually only 7 minutes left in it in the game as well. So kind of seeing why they're closing in on a tie here. 5 cards here from Fam. Definitely don't need that. Probably don't need the Raihan as well. That's a pretty lackluster draw here. Gives up the Goodra VSTAR, though, it looks like. Might have another one in hand. Just needs to set up a Goodra and get some prize cards and get to the Drapion. I think that's kind of the goal here for Fam. If they can get there. So two tablets gone. I think Fam's wondering, will my Goodra survive? All right, got a net. So could get into another Comfy, or could just settle for hitting with Cram this turn, to be honest. I wouldn't hate to see just hitting with Cram. Ordinary Rod to Energy back in. Interesting choice. I don't think there's like, I don't know why. Unless you want to see Energy as Fam. I don't know if you want to see it. I mean, you want Energy for your Greninja, but I don't know if you actually want Energy, to be honest. There's a net. We're going Comfy into Comfy. But couldn't we have done this before the other? We didn't get this off of the Comfy, so we should have done this before the first Comfy if you think this is correct. Temple of Sinnoh or Switch. Switch would get you into the Cram. Temple of Sinnoh is probably pretty good to potentially have though as an option, because I don't know if you're actually like hitting with Cram is actually not that good this turn. Actually, I'm kind of overhyping the hit with Cram because it doesn't like do anything. You go Cram plus Escape Rope to protect your Comfy, so I don't hate that. It just ends up passing though. Would have gone Escape Rope to use another Comfy as well, to be honest. I wouldn't have hated to see that. All right, Ultra Ball here from Magnus. I'm going to give up another stadium. Magnus is actually pretty low on stadiums. It's possible that the Temple of Sinnohs did not Ultra Ball away the stadiums. Instead, just played the Cram. It's possible Temple of Sinnoh could become well, it shouldn't become a problem. There's a lot of stadiums in the hand for Magnus. There's the boss. Just going to punch Goodra, I guess. Does have Benjamin does have the Escape Rope. Play around that. There's an Ultra Ball. Now some Poke. Go get the second Mew VMAX. Oh, no, it doesn't have another Mew VMAX. Never mind. Could go get a Mew VMAX. Okay, this is the Ultra Ball where when Magnus plays it, Benjamin should know that Magnus's last Mew VMAX is prize. This is the Ultra Ball that shows that, because Magnus could actually evolve this turn, unlike the last turn. All right, a couple stadiums and a Judge in the hand. I don't know if we'll see Magnus use the Judge or not. Could use the Judge. Thinking about playing an Ultra Ball. I guess we can dig a little bit deeper, but you can't get the knockout here as Magnus. I don't know if we should be throwing away resources like this. Like I mean, you could, I guess. No, actually, no, it is possible. You still have the Judge to play for turn. How important is getting the KO here, though? I guess is the question. I don't think it's that important to get the KO. I think just punching this thing is pretty relevant. Well, you do need to get to your other Mew VMAX, though, I guess. Maybe it is more relevant than I think. Path goes into play. And then maybe just going to go with the Judge here and hope to draw a double Palpad Silene Boss. And then maybe just going to play the Judge and then hope to draw a double tablet. I think both tablets were in the deck, to be honest. I think I saw them both in there. Actually, we can see the prize card, so we know they're both in there. But it looks like he's just gonna settle for a punch. All right, Techno Blast for, I don't know, a lot of damage. It's interesting that Magnus chose to all right, there's a Temple of Sinnoh. Chose not to play the Judge. I thought the Judge was going to get played there for sure. All right, has the Temple of Sinnoh counter, so can use the VSTAR power here for Benjamin. Heal the Goodra. There's an escape rope. Comfy up. Curious to see what Magnus sent up here. We'll see in a second, though. Sent up a Genesect. So Benjamin can't KO Genesect. Could only hit it. There's the VSTAR power from the Goodra. And plays Marnie. Okay. So maybe we'll see an attack this turn from Benjamin. I guess it would be fine if Benjamin just... I think it would be fine if Benjamin used the what's it called here, though? What am I even saying? Just didn't attack. Do you want to attack? I guess that's kind of the question here for Benjamin. If you could attack here, do you want to attack? We're definitely not attacking. All right. Pass over to Magnus. Let's see what Magnus got. Boss up to Goodra again. Power Tablet. Parasol to Mew. And we're drawing 4. Switch Tablet. Switch into Mew. And... oh, yep. Still could have drawn with Genesect, and I believe had outs in the deck. But yeah, said entered the attack phase. Entered the attack phase, so that should be no Technoblast, no attack here from Magnus, and use double tablet there as well. Okay, Chorus from Benjamin, and time is called. Time is up, but actually they maybe... no, I don't think they had an extension. So time is up here. We're going to see an attack from Benjamin. There's a Mirage Gate. Should have an energy in hand. We'll be able to hit this turn for 200. Magnus doesn't have an out to another Mew VMAX. Attach energy. And there's a hit for 200 from Benjamin. We'll see if Magnus even has a play this turn. Magnus does have outs to the Temple of Sinnoh, so should be able to actually bump it. But what are you going to do? Bump it in? You can't hit with this Mew, I feel like, as Magnus. If you hit with this Mew, I mean, the game is basically over. It's impossible for either player to win. Magnus is turn 1, so they each have one more turn. Magnus tries to use Curse Droplets, and Temple of Sinnoh's in play, so just pass. Benjamin draws, takes the knockout for 200. Finally gets to the Drapion. That's so unfortunate that Benjamin couldn't get the... I didn't have the Drapion sooner, and I guess this one ends in a tie. Yeah, they ended up tying here. I'm actually surprised